how's it going, guys? It's Scarecrow, and I finally passed 2,000 hours in Black Ops 3. I've been waiting for this for quite a while because I wanted to do like a final review or kind of like an updated thoughts on Black Ops 3, and I feel like 2,000 hours is a good amount of time into a game to really understand it, know its quirks, what it's good at, what it's not good at, what I like about the game, what I don't like about the game. And I thought a lot of people can't really argue with the sheer amount of time that is. So now it's crazy how many hours I've spent in this game. The game's been out for a year and a half now. As much as I don't want to say it, Black Ops 3 is my most played game in my Steam library and probably my most played game of all time, which I wish it wasn't, sorry, because it doesn't really deserve that. Sure, the game is my job and I play it just about every day because, you know, that's what I do. I'm a Call of Duty YouTuber, but at the same time, I wish I had more Call of Duty variety in my life right now. I wish I could play IW and MWR and other games, just other Call of Duty FPS games, and I'm kind of stuck with Black Ops 3 because that's where the player base is at. So I'm really hoping that World War II really does kick off and I get to, you know, enjoy that game for a long time, because I don't have it in me to do another 2,000 hours or 1,000 hours of Black Ops 3. If World War II doesn't, you know, work and it falls through, then I will probably be finding other content to bring you guys, because I don't have the mental fortitude to play another year of Black Ops 3. So the game itself, Black Ops 3, how do I compare it? What do I feel about it? I don't hate the game. I have fun in the game. I can, you know, play the game, and it probably helps that I'm decent at it. It probably helps, you know, that I can do alright. I don't generally play terribly, and I don't generally have a really negative experience. I can do alright at it. That probably does help. If I did bad at the game, if I sucked at the game, then there's no way that I would ever get to this amount of time played. That's for certain. Black Ops 3 is it's giving in some ways and just mercilessly cruel in so many ways. Alright, so what does Black Ops 3 do well? Black Ops 3 does really well with its colors and its characters and its overall feel. There is no game I'm playing at the moment, or any other multiplayer game that I've played in recent memory, that quite gives you the satisfaction, for me personally, of landing a really good headshot, sniping someone across the map, getting a quad feed, doing really well. Having a really good moment in Black Ops 3 is at its best. Like, it really captures the Call of Duty feel. Like the feel of, you know, doing really well, having an awesome epic moment, killing a bunch of people in a row, getting a nuclear, like that's all really good. It has the core components of a Call of Duty and it makes you feel like you're doing really well. Unfortunately, those moments are scattered in between like large amounts of just bullshit, for a lack of a better word. Because Black Ops 3 can really be summed up in that word, in the word itself, bullshit, because there are so many moments where the game wrenches control out of your hands and throws it to the wind and said, what happens now? It's completely up to whatever god or deity you bow to, because who knows what's gonna happen. You could win, he could win, 10 other people could win. You know, there are so many moments where it's just complete and utter random and there's nothing you can do about it. Skill does not play into Black Ops 3 in a lot of ways. That is represented in the weapons, that's represented in the specialist abilities and weapons, that's represented in a lot of the attachments. It's just a lot of the stuff in Black Ops 3 removes the skill gap or shortens it so much that it's barely there at all. In previous games, if you became really good at a Call of Duty, of course there were, you know, newbie things in the game to help you do better, but generally a really good player could beat a bad player, you know, 9 times out of 10. There are so many times in Black Ops 3 where I've had my ass handed to me on a silver platter with garnish by people that have only just started playing the game, by people that are completely new to the game, by people that are abusing systems in the game that I refuse to bow down to or I refuse to take part in. A person with a P06 or a Brecci can wipe the floor with me despite having 1/10 of the skill that I have ground out in this game, or I have perfected over the long hours of playing this game. And I know that's going to appeal to a lot of people that are new to the franchise, a lot of people that don't play FPS shooters, just new players in general. There is a lot here to use that will make you feel comfortable, to make you, you know, have awesome moments. For players that are good at the game, for players that put in the most amount of time and effort these things are the most frustrating. For me, the biggest thing in the game is the specialist abilities and weapons, the specialist characters themselves. I have a huge problem with specialists and the characters. It's got to the point now where I've played so much Black Ops 3 that I am over hero shooters in general. If your game's main selling point is hero shooters or hero class shooters right now, I probably won't play it because I'm really tired of that genre at the moment. Black Ops 3 has just drained me of all passion I had for the idea. You know, when I first started playing Black Ops 3, the idea seemed cool. You had all these different characters, they all had, you know, really cool abilities and weapons, and it added some variety to the gameplay. Now it's just got to the point now where all variety is sucked out of the game, and all they do is provide moments of pure and other bullshit. For example, the Purifier and the Ripper. Both of these are super strong in different areas. The Purifier can wipe out a team several times over, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. People can say, oh, you can shoot them, or, you know, you can kill him and it takes a long time to charge. I don't care. The Purifier is fundamentally unbalanced and broken. It kills you in one tick, and there's absolutely nothing you can do to avoid it. A guy could spin in circles in your spawn in Nuketown, and there is not one thing you can do to counter him. Now, that is where I draw the line. If there is something that I can't counter, I can't get away from, I can't do a single thing to, except by the 1% chance of me getting a lucky shot or something like that, then I draw the line there. I say that is fundamentally broken, and it takes enjoyment out of the game. The same goes for the Ripper. This is a specialist that charges ridiculously quick. Like, we're talking under a minute here in-game. Most of the time, it's around 30 to 40 seconds. And you earn it at least 7 to 10 times a match. And you can kill the entire team again by spamming a button over and over and over. And again, there's nothing you can do. Once that person gets within shotgun range, you're dead. So a lot of the time, that's another thing you can't counter. You get up in their face, you run around a corner, you run into a Ripper. Within spitting distance, you're dead. I just give up. There's nothing I can do. I can't kill them quick enough. I fundamentally cannot kill them quick enough with most weapons in the game for me to survive that situation. Again, fundamentally broken and overpowered. Some people could say, again, he has limitations. He has to get within range. Black Ops 3 is all small maps. There are exceptions, of course. There are some bigger maps. But a lot of the time, you're within shotgun range of someone anyway. So this specialist, and especially if you're coming up against 2 or 3 enemies, that you don't stand a chance. And most of the time there are multiple Rippers. I could go on about the other specialists too. The Tempest, while it is extremely satisfying to use, there are so many times where I've just been tempested out of the most ridiculous locations after my teammate got zapped. The gravity spikes are almost as bad. They are third on my list for the most bullshit things in this game. I have been killed through walls with this specialist ability. Waist-high walls behind rocks. I have been killed 20 feet above the guy's head and still died. And yet I have gravity spiked beside someone's ass, like literally behind them, and not gotten a kill. That's what Black Ops 3 does best. It does bullshit, unpredictability, and complete and utter randomness. And those are not qualities that make up a good game. Those are not qualities that I enjoy in a Call of Duty. Now, the weapon balance is fine. There are some weapons that are more overpowered than others, and there's one weapon in particular that I wish had never been put into Black Ops 3 in particular. If you play on PC, you'll know what that is. But the weapon balance is good. The weapons are satisfying and fun to use. Okay, that's fine. I don't have a problem with any of the weapons. You know, some of the attachments make some of the guns a little ridiculously overpowered. Like high caliber on a lot of the weapons makes it a 2-hit kill, which is kind of, it can be, you know, it's borderline. Like you know, I can accept that. You know, it's okay, but it's you know, it's still annoying at times. Some of the shotguns just, well, they can't be nerfed because they're just actually fundamentally too good. Like, take for example the Brecci. This is a 2 to 3 hit kill weapon on a game where semi-autos are ridiculously easy to use. I can just click away with my mouse and I can have full freedom of movement, and bam bam, you're dead. Especially when you put on like long barrel, rapid fire, fast mags, extended mags, any of those things. The Brecci is ridiculous. The Hatemaker is even more so. You can't snap onto target, you can't, you know, maintain a target when you're getting so much lead put into you, you feel like an anchor. Again, these are all isolated things, but on a whole, the weapon balance is alright. There are, like I said, there are some things that are more broken than others, but there have been Call of Duty in the past with much, much worse weapon balance. As for the maps, The maps are passable. Like, I've certainly been able to play on the maps for the past, 18 months. They're not terrible. They just lack a lot of combat variety. That's what I found. I found that they all seem to funnel you into these very, very small areas, and then may the best man win. Or may the man with the shotgun, the haymaker, the purifier, the brekkie, the PO6 win. I'm longing for some different situations in maps. That's the thing about Treyarch maps, is they all look very different. They all have different themes, but they all somehow feel the same. They all somehow feel like I've had this gunfight on 4 different maps already. I feel like once I've played one map, I've kind of experienced everything that I'm going to experience on all of the other maps. That's just the feel that I get from playing on these maps, and there are some, there are some that I enjoy playing more than others, and there are some where I just scratch my head and say, how did you ever get through pre-production planning? Exodus is one of the worst maps I have ever played, and then you come across Rupture, which somehow is even worse. I didn't think that I could find a worse map than Exodus, but Rupture takes the cake. It's easily the worst map that I have ever played in a multiplayer game ever. I don't think I'll ever play a worse map ever. I would rather play all of the worst maps in every Call of Duty game ever than have to play another game on Rupture. I hate it so much. And then, of course, we have to touch on the supply drop weapons, of course. I have to mention that Black Ops 3 is, out of all the Call of Duties that have done supply drops, it is by far the worst and by far the most cruel. I have had friends that have gotten one weapon from their supply drops over the entire life cycle of Black Ops 3, and it is a weapon they didn't want. I've had people that have had only melee weapons. We're not talking about bribes here, just by actual using the supply drops how they're supposed to, by getting crypto keys. By those measures, I've had friends that have gotten all of the weapons, all of them. Like, literally, I have a friend who has 99% of all of the weapons. I have friends that have got 75% of all of the weapons. And then I have friends that have gotten the Marshal, and that's it. I have friends that have gotten 6 different melee weapons. I've been lucky. I've managed to get weapons that I've enjoyed and weapons that I was actually looking forward to. I still don't have a lot of them. I've still only got 4 or 5 weapons out of the whopping, I think it's like somewhere around 12 to 15 weapons now. That's not even counting the melee weapons. And of course, I feel like the crypto key earning rate in Black Ops 3 is appalling. It's pitiful. Luckily, we have our daily and weeklies to keep us going, but that was something that needed to be increased. You needed to have more incentives for playing, and they weren't really there at all. And of course, like, the supply drop model itself that they have in Black Ops 3 is terrible, is absolutely terrible. I have opened, I'd say, thousands of supply drops. I have never spent 1 cent on Black Ops 3 in terms of supply drops, and I have spent 2,000 hours in the game and haven't unlocked all the weapons and content. That's how ridiculous it is. If you spend 2,000 hours in any other game, you would have unlocked every piece of content, played every mission, every level, unlocked every character skin. And in Black Ops 3, I can't unlock content. No matter how well I play, no matter how many hours I play, no matter how bad or good, that doesn't meet the requirements for earning a weapon. And that is so ridiculous. If you spend 2,000 hours in a game and can't unlock content, that is bonkers when you think about it. I have spent nearly 80 days in this game. I think it's somewhere around 88 days playing this game, and there is still at least 9 or 10 weapons that I have barely even tried because I haven't been lucky enough to unlock them. Black Ops 3, every single match is a lottery match. That's what I don't like about Black Ops 3. I could go into a game and I can't feel confident about winning that game. I could feel confident, like in other games, I can feel confident about controlling a situation, controlling a match, winning or losing fairly. In Black Ops 3, I have no idea what's going to happen. I could come across a person spamming a shotgun, I could come across a person spamming a Pure 6, I could come across a 6-man of purifiers. Any of those things happen quite regularly, and there's nothing you can do to, combat it. There's nothing you can do to win in that situation. In other games, if a 6-man party, if you came up against them, there was a chance of winning if you were good enough. In Black Ops 3, you have no chance. You have absolutely no chance whatsoever of winning. The game is unpredictable, the game is unforgiving, and it expects you to just grin and bear it, which I do. That's the thing, the game just expects you to live with the bullshit, and I have learned to do that. Whenever something ridiculous happens, I don't yell and scream anymore. I don't have a fit. I don't get angry. I just accept it and move on, because it happens so many times a day that it's just normal. And that is not the right attitude to have towards a game. You don't want to get so used to a game being bullshit that you just accept it. you want to demand better, but you can't, because Black Ops 3 says, this is what I've got, take it or leave it. You can only take it because you've got nowhere else to go, so here you go, love it. You ain't got no choice in that matter. I hate the fact that Treyarch rides on its fandom and squeezes every last drop out of it. Infinity Ward has something to prove at the moment. Sledgehammer Games has something to prove at the moment. They cannot possibly ride on their fandom because their fandom isn't 100% satisfied with them. Their fandom isn't willing to take every piece of content they give them as God's gospel and bow down before them. Unlike Treyarch fans who will defend their game to the death just because of one good game that they've made. Black Ops 3 is not a good Call of Duty, and it is not a good game. It is an average Call of Duty that does not take any prisoners and does not feel satisfying to play anymore. It does not reward you for playing, it does not care about your feelings, and it definitely does not reward anything you put into the game. So anyway guys, that's my thoughts on Black Ops 3 after 2,000 hours. I'm still going to continue to play it right up until World War II launches, and then hopefully World War II never gives me a reason to go back to this game. I want to go back to this game by my own choice. I want to come back to Black Ops 3 when I'm ready and say, right, it's been a while, let's play some Black Ops 3, see how it is. Is it as bad as I remember it? I don't want to say, right, I've got nothing left to play, I'm going back to Black Ops 3. I will never say that, I'm sorry, but I would rather play other games. There's so many decent shooters coming out at the end of the year. There's so many shooters I'm looking forward to. Destiny 2, Battlefront 2, and a load of other games willing to take Black Ops 3's place. I don't have to settle for Black Ops 3 anymore. I don't have to be satisfied with Black Ops 3 anymore. At the end of this year, me and Black Ops 3 are done, and it was a long and rocky road. We had our ups, we had our downs, but hopefully we can just part and I don't have to see it for quite a long time. So anyway guys, that's my thoughts on Black Ops 3. Let me know what you think of Black Ops 3 down in the comment section below. I hope you have enjoyed. I've been meaning to do this video for a long time now, and I finally have the means to do it, so I hope you guys really did enjoy it. So anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more, and I shall see you, beautiful people, in the next video.